All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of To the Max Outdoors. Today's going to be a short little video here. What we're going to do today is we're going to treat our primary hunting boots here with some Atsko silicone water guard. Now, I will tell you, there you go, you can see it, Atsko silicone water guard. It is a water and stain repellent for leather, suede, and fabric. I will tell you from personal experience, I've used this stuff for a number of years on my primary hunting boots and my work shoes. I work in an environment with a lot of hydraulic fluids and diesel fuel and jet fuel. I work in a pretty harsh environment, and I'm pretty hard on shoes and boots and whatnot. And I got turned on to this Atsko silicone water guard years ago, and I've used it for a long time. And the way this stuff works, it pretty much, in my opinion, in my personal experiences of, let's just say 10 years, probably longer than that, but let's just go with 10. In 10 years on a set of hunting boots, now, there again, these boots are solely worn for hunting seasons. We don't wear them out in the yard weed eating. We don't wear them playing around anywhere else. These boots are strictly for hunting. And the point I was trying to make is one application of this Atsko silicone water guard lasts me and Max a full hunting season. Now, I have one set of boots here. These are Under Armour brow tine boots. Now they're Gore-Tex, or they're waterproof. I'm not sure if they're Gore-Tex brand. They're all waterproof. They are waterproof, but they still have a fabric. They still have a cloth fabric to them here. And yes, they are waterproof in the sense that they don't penetrate down into your boot. But this silicone water guard keeps water from penetrating this fabric. And the other set of Under Armour boots, I think they're called Alcatraz. These are another set of Under Armour. These boots here are about 8 years old, and they are uninsulated and are not waterproof. This Atsko silicone guard makes these boots waterproof, and it has increased the durability of these. These are now my primary favorite. I have a bunch of pairs of these, and Max has a bunch of pairs of them also. These are tennis shoe style. They're really light. They have good tread on the bottom of them, and we really love them. So we wear these a lot unless it's blue cold. We don't go into the big boots. But getting back to the point, this Atsko silicone water guard not only makes these uninsulated, not waterproof shoes waterproof, and it has increased the durability of them tremendously. They just have leather sides. They just have a little strip of leather on the side of them here, and then it goes into fabric, and then this is some kind of PVC rubber style stuff here, and the seams in the back. This Atsko stuff is worked tremendously on that, but nevertheless, we'll get going with this. Now, this is the dauber applicator style. This is not a spray-on. I don't use the spray-on. I'm only going to tell you about the Dobler physical application side of this stuff. And I will tell you, I absolutely love this stuff, and I'm a firm believer on it. And also, if you go to read this out, it is scent-free when dry. That another thing that drugged me into this years ago. There's a lot of other spray water repellents out there, but you always end up with some kind of chemical water or chemical smell afterwards. These are primary hunting boots. We want to retain scent free. This stuff does it, I promise you. Now, the weather outside is bad, so typical process here, what you're going to do is clean your boots off. We throw them in the wash machine, wash them down real good. Take you a nice stiff bristle brush, and you're going to brush the whole shoe down. Now, for the ease of the video here, we've already cleaned these. We've already wiped them down with this stiff brush, but this stiff brush is important. It gets the fibers in the cloth turned up right. It gets any dirt that you may have missed off of it. Now, that being said, you're going to take that stiff brush, wipe them down, Then you're going to be into the applicator part. Now this stuff, you see here, I got gloves on. This stuff it comes out of the bottle. There's no good seal for this stuff. Yes, it does come in a wrapper here, as you see him cutting it off. But I will assure you that you will get it all over your hands and elsewhere. The packaging needs a little updated. I'm not the biggest fan of it there, but all right, take the lid off of it, get the cap pulled back here. Now, inside this bottle here is a little dauber. Get him. There's a little, I don't know, cotton synthetic fiber dauber there. All I do, I'm right-handed, so I put my left hand inside the boot, and then I'm just going to start with the leather part first. And I'm going to focus on the seams, where the seam of that leather transition to the rubber. That's my first area that I'm going to do it on. And you can see this, it's visible. Then I'm going to coat the entire surface of this shoe. And I'm going to, there. Hopefully you can see, yeah, you can see it there on the leather, where I've coated the leather, and I'm just going to roll that right up into the fabric part of it. Like I said, you don't need a whole bunch of this stuff. You can see it. It soaks into the fabric pretty easily. I'm going to coat the entire seam from like the toe guard part. I'm going to put this stuff all over everything, and I'm going to cover the fibers up on it. You'll see it. You can see the fabric part of it soaking it up. There you go. Again, come around to the other side. I'm focused on the transition between the leather and the rubber part of the shoe molding and the leather and the fabric part of it. And I'm going to get the entire boot covered there with a good, it'll look wet. You'll be able to see it. The back part of the boot here has got more leather on it. Again, you're focusing on the seams of everything first. I mean, in my mind, that's where all the water penetration is going to happen. There again, these are not waterproof, so we're focusing on them more so we can help it. We can give it all the help it needs to become waterproof now. There you go. I think we're get around here and maybe show you the back side a little bit. I've already coated all the leather up here on the back side, and where it's going to come up. Now, your pants are pretty much going to cover this part of it. It's kind of irrelevant to do this part, because if you're in that much water, you're already in trouble. It's going to come down through the shoelace part of it anyways, but we're here, we're going to do it. And I'm going to take it and I'm going to stick it down in the tongue transition of the shoe. I'm going to go all the way down through there. You know, these are primarily turkey hunting boots, and even if it's not raining, you know, you're walking through higher grass or whatever, that high grass is going to get down in here on the tongue part of it. So we're going to focus this stuff in here. And there again, the camera doesn't really do it much justice, but you can see it. You can see the wet look to it. You know that you're coating it. So there we go. I'm going to speed the camera up here, and I'm going to do the remaining part. We'll come back and show you, but there is a freshly coated boot versus a non-coated boot. Hopefully you can see the difference. This one has been treated, this one has not been treated. Stick with me there a second, and we'll speed her up and go into fast motion, and we'll do the other boots. All right, so as you've seen there, in the matter of I don't know, let's say 2.5 minutes. I just done 2 complete sets of boots. They're both size 12s out of this one container of 4 fluid ounce container. I know you can't see it because of the label, but the level of it is right there. So I've used about 2/3 of that for 2 complete size 12 men's boots. Simply bend the little applicator daub back over, shove it back down in there, and you're ready for another use of this stuff throughout the season or whatnot. But that's just a quick little short how I do it, and a little testimony, I guess, for myself. It conditions the leather. All this is some kind of silicone. I'm not sure the chemical makeup of it, but it's got a silicone. There's a silicone in the ingredients part of it that in my opinion, it conditions the fabric in the leather part of it. Like I said, these boots here are 6 years old. These here are in the they're 7 to 8 years old, and both of these boots have held up really well. I do a lot of step hunting. I do a lot of walking in later on in deer season, you know, throughout buck season, throughout muzzleloader season. Do a lot of bear hunting, do a lot of coon hunting. So these boots got some miles on them, and I can't say anything bad about this Atsko brand silicone water guard. I think anybody that's on the fence about using it, give it a try. Clean your boots off really good. Throw them in the wash machine, wash them by hand, whatever it takes. Get you a nice stiff bristle brush right here. Get them all scuffed up, cleaned down, get the fibers all turned in the right direction. And the biggest key in my mind to this is take them outside, put them on your front porch, put them in your driveway, let the sun beat down on them, let the wind blow across them. Like I said, today's a bad day, or I would show you how I do it, but you get a 50-degree day outside with some decent wind or whatever, put them out there. It'll dry them down good, it'll cure them good, and I promise you in 3 to 4 days you won't have any scent from them. Now to further that, like I did in like I showed you in my scent control video, once I'm happy with the smell, let's say the chemical smell gone, I'll spray them down with dead downwind 2 or 3 times, leave them set outside again, and then I put them in a tote with some fresh earth scent wafers. And honestly, if I've ever had a deer or bear spook, it's probably because of my person. It's not been because of my boots. So hopefully that helps somebody, and hopefully that gives somebody a direction on how to do it. You know, I'm a firm believer of the dauber applicator style versus a spray-on style. Maybe it's just me, but I can see where this dauber's going. I'm sure that I've coated all the seams every well and the transitions and tongue area. I don't think you're going to get that out of a spray. Spray might work good for somebody, but I'll personally tell you, I've been using this, like I said, we'll just say 10 years. I'm a firm believer in it. And if you're thinking about it, buy it. It's $5 for 4 fluid ounces. You know, I just bought this today from a local sporting goods store. $4.95. You're not out anything if you don't like it. It's not that big a deal. So thanks for watching To The Max Outdoors. I'm Matt. We'll catch you again.